Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 3 of this wedding series. This video is just about telling you all the vendors, venues, everything I used in planning my 2024 wedding. You see the way I'm relaxed now. I'm talking about this video. I wasn't that relaxed when I was planning. I wasn't that relaxed when I was planning this wedding. I was in overdrive. So I'm making this video. I'm giving you all the vendors so you don't have to search too much. I mean, you can still search, but these vendors are like people I know did not disappoint me. I don't know if they've changed, but these guys did not disappoint me at all. So here we go. The very first thing I checked for was a wedding planner. Before I even got a date, before I got a venue, I had reached out to a few planners. And the bill I was seeing, the bill wasn't billing. Because already I was telling my husband, oh, this is, how much this person wants to charge, how much this person wants to charge. And he was looking at me like, are you crazy? Why would you pay that amount of money? There's a particular planner that stood out to me. I'm not going to call anybody's name here. Anybody I didn't go with, I'm not going to call their names, right? So this particular planner reached out to me. She was like, she asked me to share the plan for the wedding and like what my vision board was and whatnot. So I shared this with her and she was like, oh, to plan a wedding like this would cost about 18 million naira. I'm like, okay, cool. So how much is your fee, right? Like, it just makes sense for me to ask how much a fee was at this point. And she tells me that she's going to charge 20% of the wedding total budget. And I'm like, okay, so if you're telling me that the wedding total budget should be, let's say 20 million-ish. You're telling me you're charging 20%, which is about 4 million naira. 4 million to plan my wedding. How do I even justify 4 million naira? Anyway, obviously I didn't go with that because you can call me a cheapskate if you want, but I just couldn't justify how wanting to charge me 20% of my wedding budget. Like, it wasn't making any sense. The wedding planner I eventually went with was Lemony Events Touch. And this babe was just so good. Like, from the beginning, she was so good. My family friend, shout out to you, Kendi Ogunimo, already used that like a year before. I wasn't at the wedding, but my parents were at the wedding. So I just reached out to her and I reached out to my parents like, okay, how was the wedding? And they're like, oh, it was cool. And I reached out to her and I was like, yo, can I use Lemony? And she's like, yeah, Lemony was cool, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, no negative talk. Don't use her. She's going to this, she's going to that. So I reached out to her. We had literally one consultation. She gave me a bill. I paid the 50% required. And that was it. She was on board. She opened a group chat. The next thing on our list was the venue. So even before I got a date, at this point, we're still having a little bit of, up and down with like parents and choosing a date. But because at that point I knew that, Nigeria can be a little funny with prices. So I was like, I just want to get this. I want to do this and get it over with. So I knew I wanted to do that wedding in Ikeja. So I just told her to like send me a list of the venues in Ikeja. Some ones were too expensive and like beyond my pockets. I couldn't afford it. Especially when I found out that decor price was different from venue price. So I knew I wasn't going to go with some ones. So I went with Euphoria Event Center because I also wanted like
So what we've agreed to do is we'll have the joining here.
outdoor joining ceremony. I kind of wanted it to have, somewhere you can have an outdoor place. And I couldn't believe it. Their garden was so nice. At that point, I think I wasn't even listening to Reason at that point because their garden was so nice. So we went with Euphoria Event Center in Lagos. Now, I'm going to give you the upside of this venue and the downside. Euphoria Event Center, it was quite easy to locate, not too bad. I sent my brother there, he saw it for me, they made videos, it wasn't too bad. The garden was good. it looks like a good space. But the downside to this venue was that they didn't have a stage. I had like this. I found out later during the wedding planning. I didn't know at that time that they didn't have a stage. The hall has banquet chairs and tables, which were not. They were not going to give me the kind of vibe I was looking for my wedding, because the wedding planner. This is what the event center wanted to give us to sit on, and then wrap it with chairs or clothes.
So I was actually talking to an ocean.
When she brought the bill to rent chairs, and the bill was looking like a lot, she was like, oh, we could cover the chairs with like, chair covers. I was like, that's tacky. That is tacky. I am not, there's no way in hell I am going to do that. So we ended up having to rent chairs. The manager of this event center was very rude, but I'm happy I didn't have to deal with that, but she's a very rude person. So I'm just checking my phone to remind me, because I don't really remember how a lot of those things went. Funny how it's been less than a year since I started planning the wedding. It took us like 8 months. I'll say it took me like 8 months to plan the wedding, because my husband only joined in the planning like 3 months to the wedding. Bro, is it all men that do this? Is it all men that do this? Like, he wasn't even, just like, just do everything. I'm not even going to talk about that. So the next thing on our agenda at that point was the decorator. This was where I was getting shock of my life. So the way we were doing the thing, we were joining things together. Like, I knew I wanted a particular thing. The outdoor wedding space, I knew what I wanted, right? The indoor, when they were telling me things, I wasn't sure. I was like, they're like, oh, the overhead truss, the mood board, the center. I was just confused. But I sent my wedding planner, her name is Adiola. I sent her like Instagram stuff I wanted. So she then reached out. She sent me like a list of planners to look at, right? Like, she sent me their IG and those. She sent like 5 options. I picked one from the ones she sent to me, and then a friend of mine recommended another planner. So I told her to reach out to the person, to one of the people she recommended, and to also reach out to the one my friend recommended. By the time they brought the bill of both of them, one was like 4 million naira more than the other. I'm like, absolutely not. Especially because the other babe, the person I finally went with, was like, our work was quite good. So the vendor for decor was Drapes and Events on IG. I had no communication with Drapes and Events. My wedding planner did all the communication. She sent her bill and she was like, it was valid for a month-ish. So I had to pay 70% of the bill. So we were that's sorted. For photography, I have always known Forbes images all my life. Well, not all my life, since I was like first year of uni. He took my induction pictures, my graduation pictures in uni. He's taking my family pictures. He's my guy. It was a no-brainer. I went with Forbes.jpg, covered the pre-wedding photo shoot and everything on the day of the wedding. And my wedding was a one-day event, so he did photography, videography. He just sorted all the media. Instagram posts, everything. He sorted all of that out. Now, the funny thing is, I'm looking at this now and I cannot believe that the next thing I sorted was the cake vendor. I didn't think too much about the cake vendor. The person I went with was Vanilla House on IG. You can check out her page. She was very reasonable. Although the only thing is, she did not give me a price until about, I don't know, a month to the wedding, but she gave me the current price. So I'm this kind of person, I want to know what I'm getting into. So she gave me the current price at February 2024, and wedding was for September, so she gave me the current price at that time. When it was August, she gave me like another price for that time, so that was sorted. For my drinks, my friend Fakemi's mom, she has like contacts in Nigerian breweries. Nigerian breweries is in charge of drinks in Nigeria, so she gets her drinks directly from them. And I just spoke to Fakemi's mom. She sorted everything. She sorted all the drinks. She gave me a bill, like a cost breakdown of each one. So Coke, Fanta, juice, Jack Daniels, a few of those drinks directly from Nigeria Breweries was done by Mirai Stores. I don't know if she's on Instagram, or I can put her number somewhere in the description and you can contact her. So next vendor is small chops. The small chops part was kind of dicey, right? I wasn't sure if I should use 12. I said I wasn't gonna call names. Okay, I'm not calling names. So I wasn't sure if I should use certain brands, but my event planner was like, because I've been out of Nigeria for a while, their standard is not the same anymore. So I just told her, you know what, handle the small chops. Like, you have a vendor, give me a vendor. So we went with Soleil's Soul Foods. Now I'm just looking at their IG now, and I don't think they're very active on IG. Now the thing with Soleil's Soul Foods is, I don't know if I can recommend them. Mainly because, first of all, I did not taste the small chops. Secondly, he was the only vendor that came and asked for more money after we had paid his bill in full. So do what you want with that information. I don't know if to be honest, I did not taste the small chops at all. So I'm not gonna say that 100% I recommend him. Absolutely not. For my after party package, so for the after party package, I went with Go Chills Bar and Chills or something. Again, my wedding planner suggested this, so that was what I went with. I don't really know a lot about these guys, so I did not argue that. I just paid what she gave me. There's one person I think I need to give a shout out to. It's the woman that handled my cocktail, mocktails and chilling. I use Fumix Delight on Instagram. So she already catered for a friend's event in March, and I was like, okay, this is not too bad, right? So I decided, I'd already tasted it, anyway, so I knew what I was getting into. So I reached out to her, and she was so good. She was so responsive. She even gave me discounts. She did my cup branding for free. She did the chilling at a discounted rate. Like, I didn't even have to do too much. My wedding planner had no problems with her. She did all the discussions with her. She was so responsive. So guys, Fumix Delight, definite 100% from me. For my finger foods, like, you know, asun, fish, grilled fish and chips, all of that, I use Cindy's Kitchen. She catered for a friend's event, and I tasted what her food was like. That's the sauce for her fish and chips was banging, bro. The sauce was banging, and when I tasted at my friend's event, I said, no, I have to have this. I didn't end up tasting it at my wedding, but at my friend's wedding, it was nice. That was who I went with. My wedding planner did not tell me she had any problems with her, and her food was banging. She was also very responsive, which is something to value in Nigerian vendors. By now, we should all know that. The next part I'm going with is the Alaga. I had loads of choices. I was spoiled with choice. But the main person I really wanted to use, because I had saved his page like since 2020. That's the main person I wanted to use. But he was telling me that I have to pick a time slot. I have to pick between 8 to 10, 10 to 12, 12 to 2. Me, I know that sometimes engagements or events in Nigeria, they don't start early. Like, they may not start at the time stipulated. Now, there's also the risk of traffic. There's this, there's that. Even the Alaga can be tied up. I was wondering, why would I go with an Alaga that probably is at another event and would end up delaying me? Because obviously the event is not going to start, the engagement is not going to start without the Alaga. So what's going on? So I had to, in as much as I really wanted to use this guy, I had to do away with him. So I've seen this lady at another friend's wedding. The person who ended up doing Alaga for my wedding was OPJ. I think her name is Opayemi, but OPJ has energy. And myself, I was like, I'm ready to kill it on that day. We're giving, I can't, I will dance, I'm going to kill it. I want someone that's going to give me my vibes. So my wedding planner was suggesting some other people, and I was telling her, I'm sorry, but this person is not from my generation. Like, I've seen her Instagram, and I don't know, I'm a very Instagram inclined person, so I need to see what you can do before I go with you. Do you get? So I was like, this person is not really, like, she's not my vibe. I don't vibe with her. But you see this OPJ babe, I'd seen her work, I'd seen her Instagram. I knew she was going to give me the right vibe, the right energy. I was like, there's absolutely no way I'm gonna go with OPJ, because I wanted somebody that would keep my energy on 100%.
Erasure. Just they play. They play. They play.
Somebody that, if I'm getting low, she will say me too, I'll say she'll say me too, I'll say come on. So I ended up going with OPJ, and to be honest, she was there early, she was there even after the engagement. I have no complaints. Like, I have no complaints about OPJ. So OPJ was actually a very lovely person to work with as the MC. My wedding planner gave me so many options, and I thought about it. I was like, wait, I went to school with George. Why am I stressing my head looking for a wedding MC? I've seen George in action. There's why am I stressing myself? Like, he went to lose, I went to lose. Why? So I contacted George. Actually, a friend contacted George on my behalf, because I was having it up to here with wedding planning. So I was outsourcing a lot of things, and my friend helped talk to him. George, if you're seeing this, I love you. I know the discounts you gave me, and I love you so much. I really appreciate what you did. Now, George acted as the reception MC. He played games. George is punctual. George keeps everywhere interactive, lively. And when it was time for the after party, George killed it. Leave him for George. George killed it. And if you're a loose person, I am not inviting George to be your MC. I don't know what you're doing now, because it's like George knows almost everybody that wants to lose, right? So if he's at that event, he's already vibing with most people at the party. Now, if you didn't even now go to lose, George kills the reception. George kills the after party. You don't even know when time is going. He's there, he's active, he's everywhere. So official Dr. George on Instagram used as my MC. I'm moving to the MC. I went with DJ Latitude for the MC. My friend knows him, so my friend was able to talk to him. Like I said, I was outsourcing these things. I went with DJ Latitude. He shut down the event. I'll put videos. Latitude shut down the event. I feel like a lot of DJs can do some things, but not a lot can listen to you. So Latitude actually messaged me. He was like, so I've never done a wedding before. I don't know if this is the norm, but he wanted to know what my bridesmaids was gonna dance to. He sat with them. He was quite patient. He sat with them. He did a mashup of their songs, what they wanted to dance. He did a mashup of my song, take it from 2 minutes. I want 20 seconds from 2 minutes and 10 seconds from 4 minutes, and he joined everything together. He didn't need to be told. He was really patient. So Latitude, yes, it's a check from me. Now let's go to my wedding gown. My wedding gown and after party outfit, which was so lovely, if I do say so myself.
Right. This effect, yeah. Wow, this is so nice.
Oh my god.
I'm not going in here. Let this guy finish his job.
I think I struck a lock with the wedding gown. If you follow me on TikTok, you already know I've done a detailed breakdown, and on Instagram too, of how it went with the wedding gown. And I think I struck luck with Blessing. So now the thing about Blessing is you have to be patient to deal with Blessing. If you're not a very patient person, you may not be able to deal with Blessing, to be honest. Blessing, in my opinion, you need to be patient to deal with. She may not reply you early and all of that, but I knew what I wanted, so going with Blessing wasn't really a no-brainer. But the fashion designer, and by the way, she made my entire outfit from scratch. She sketched it out, even the one for my after party. She sketched it out and brought it into reality. So Threadlers made my after party outfit. Actually, my after party outfit, my pre-wedding photo shoot outfit, one of them, and my wedding gown. So Threadless on IG made that. For the Asooke, I don't know who my wedding planner contacted to make like the raw Asooke material, but Opal and Oat made the Asooke itself. If I wasn't wearing it would be slightly straighter.
Yeah. So what happens to this place that is funny?
I feel like there's no
final
thing.
Maybe
all of this. So
yeah, I know, but like
you can have another time. Yeah.
And but it will fold now. Come here, you not see what I'm saying. The back, look at the back. The style is straight.
And so this is one material.
And I went for fittings. Our customer service wasn't bad at all. We just had to add one or two things eventually. There was a grey area with a few things, but Opal and Oats made my Asooke. For my husband's Asooke, this is an entirely new story on its own. Like, we had this idea in our head of what we wanted to make. We took the initial material to another vendor, not a vendor, it's a tailor. So a tailor in Ibadan. This guy rimmed it. So we had to get rid of that, and then we had to start sourcing for another material like 2 weeks to the wedding. House of Viv. I've refrained from talking about this particular vendor a lot, but House of Viv on Instagram made his Asooke. Now, I'm not going to recommend House of Viv because they really caused my husband and me a lot of stress. So they didn't deliver the Asooke material until 11 p.m. on the day before the wedding, and that was not the agreement. They had assured us that they were going to deliver it way before, and he had to literally go to their store to sit down and kind of like cause trouble. Like, this is not, I don't like dealing. I don't think I had to do any of the causing troubles with any of my vendors except House of Viv, and it was quite disappointing considering the amount they charged to make the dress. So House of Viv, they did a good job on the dress. The dress is Asooke was actually quite nice, but their customer service, their delivery, timing, everything was wrong. So, but do what you want with that information. For my caterers, we had 2 major caterers. The first person was from my mom. That woman really annoys me, to be honest. I don't even remember what her name is right now. That's how much I wanted to have no interaction with her. But she was from my mom. I thought she was going to save me some money, but she ended up costing me more. So let's just leave that one in one side. So the other caterer who catered for like 300 guests was Jokes Pepper. He also did like the table setting, and I tasted his jollof rice. His jollof rice was banging. I absolutely recommend his jollof rice. It was also quite responsive. Like I said, responsive, professional in his dealings. And I also had tapioca and emo and pepper soup at my wedding, and this was done by Kadesh Foods on IG. Like I said, I'm gonna tag all of their Instagram. So this was done by Kadesh Foods. It came highly recommended by my wedding planner. I was gonna go with my mom's person, but thinking now, thankfully I didn't go with her. I cannot believe I've not spoken about this. My makeup artist. So they sent me a list of makeup artists, and I just wasn't vibing with them. Also, I wanted someone that was going to give me value for my money. So I know that she's not just, I mean, they can make, I want people to make money too, but like, if you're charging me about 1 million naira for a day's makeup, I'm wondering, are you really there for me? Or are you there for the money? So I went and searched for this makeup artist on Instagram, and I came across actually 2 people. But I was able to narrow it to 1 person, and my makeup artist was Royal Glam Artistry on Instagram. She was so professional. She was punctual. She did my pre-wedding photo shoot makeup, which I think kind of serves as my wedding trial, probably. So she did the pre-wedding photo shoot makeup, and she was very prompt. Like, we said 8 and she was there at 7:50. I wasn't even ready. Then she was also punctual for the wedding day itself. I mean, we all know how somebody getting late, especially with the kind of event I had, can kind of draw you back. Next will be my hairstylist. So there's something I did that I've not really talked about. To get the kind of hair I wanted, the kind of design of hair I wanted for my hair. There was a particular wig I had to use. Now at that time I did not have the wig, and I was wondering, with all this money I'm spending, am I not going to spend like extra money getting this wig? And then my hairstylist was like, you can rent the wig. What? That's what I did. So I rented a wig from her, and she did my hairstylist. So my hairstylist was the beauty world on Instagram. Laid my hair the day before the event, just so you know we can pick things up on the event day. Content creator. This content creator is very important. See, at this point I would recommend a wedding content creator than getting a Zoom link, because the wedding content creator was able to like get people in real time, like post things in real time, how it was going. Even I am a content creator, right, and I don't think I can do it as fast as this babe was. Like, this babe was posting, she was editing videos on the move. Like my wedding gown was up, the transition was up, before I even got to the venue everything was up. So I was looking at the content from the wedding, like when I was sat in the car, like my stories, because I gave her my Instagram to log into so she can post on my stories, and I couldn't even have done a better job, if we're being honest. My wedding content creator, moments with dams, she was so good, she was so lovely instructions, professional, prompt.
Just make sure it's on our face.
Nice. Moments with dams, I absolutely recommend. My husband's suit and after party outfit was made by Noel at Amen Noel Official on IG. He did all the measurements virtually. He did his after party outfits. We just kind of like sourced the material together virtually for the after party outfit. My husband had no idea we were doing an after party outfit for him. Like, he knew, but he didn't know what it was going to look like, right? So we sourced the after party outfit. He made the suits, the best man suit. Noel did a very good job. He came, he did the fittings, he sourced like the shirt, I think, and it was like a punch through shirt. To be honest, I don't know a lot of details about that, but I know that my husband was quite happy with Noel. So good job using Noel. For the cars we rented on the day of the wedding, we needed cars to kind of like move people around. We used Gele on IG or Twitter, I think. So I came across her handle, or I'd saved her, bookmarked her like long ago. We used Gele, but the cars she gave me were shit. These cars were smoking in my nose, like they couldn't keep the windows down because it was bringing up so much exhaust. It was so bad. So Gele did not like the two cars we had. They were rubbish. So if you've used Gele before and she was good, great, but I used Gele and it wasn't. So for my engagement Gele, the person that did my Gele was Bolaji Onigele on Instagram. Let's make sure we're right here. Yes, Bolaji_Onigele on Instagram. I know that we kind of delayed him because he had to go do other things, but he was patient. It was vexed, obviously, but it wasn't like taking it out. I didn't really notice it was angry. I saw he was fuming, but I didn't really notice it was angry. So I think he's a cool-headed person. So Bolaji Onigele did my Gele, and yeah. Finally, to the band. I used Exquisite Band for my event. So again, somebody became highly recommended. They're quite professional. They didn't slack in most things. I didn't use them for like me, but I think the parents used them, so I don't think I really heard them play. Or with my little interaction with them, yeah. Exquisite Band were they were kind of good. Is there anything else I haven't covered? Because I'm not quite sure. My hotel was Radisson. Everybody knows that already. Now, one thing Radisson, you also have to consider that you have to pay to take pictures. This is editing Tolu here, and this is something I forgot to say. My husband's walking stick and beads were rented, and I rented it from this lady on Instagram. I'm going to play this video now so
There's
you can
so
hear
many
what I'm
things
saying.
she has to rent, from beads to walking sticks to some other things. I have it. So here's her Instagram page. You can contact her and reach out to her if you want to rent things like that.
I got my wedding bouquet from La Belle Marie on IG, and I think I kind of did like a little mix and match to get the color I wanted, because I didn't want it to be like plain white and everything was white. I need a little spice in my life, just a sprinkle of spice. So my wedding bouquet was La Belle Marie. My shoes I got from Quiz. All the accessories, or most of the accessories, I got off Shame because I didn't want to lose them on the day. I knew I may lose them on the day, so I didn't want to buy anything too pricey and I end up losing it. Even my shoe self, I've not seen it since the wedding. No, this is like 3 months after. So both shoes, engagement shoes, I got off, I don't remember who I got it off now. It was a random vendor on IG. So I don't know if there's anything else I'm not covering. I feel like I've been able to cover most of these things. If there's anything else you want to know about this wedding, let me know. Back with how I was able to save money during this entire wedding thing. That's the next thing on this series. Later guys, bye.